Hey you guys, this is your girl Exotical Sauce coming back at you with another video. And actually this video is the first of my new series entitled An Exotical Should Never. And in this series, I point out the problematic behaviors within the Black community and tell you why an exotical should never imitate these problematic behaviors. Because just like I said before, every exotical is connected to the Black community in some form or another in varying degrees, and we absolutely reserve the right to criticize that community because whether Black people like it or not, we are one drop ruled into Blackness, and the behaviors that are exhibited within the Black community affects us as well. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing a young lady named Jasmine. She's sitting there in the red hat, being questioned by a mall security crime prevention department because she was caught with a friend inside of a Sephora shoplifting. So the crime loss prevention lady right there on the right, sitting in front of the computer screen, told the police that the young lady to the left in the gray, whose identity is being concealed, and Jasmine, the one in the red hat, worked together to steal from the mall Sephora. The young lady in the gray with the concealed identity selected the items, and then Jasmine concealed the items in her bag. They both were charged, but Jasmine, the one in the red hat, is the one who exhibited the most problematic behavior. She started to, once they told her she was going to be arrested for stealing, and as she began to process the reality of being arrested, she started to become emotional and saying things like, well, I want to go to college, and if I already have a past charge, and if I get another one, I won't be able to go to college and stuff like that. So when the police officer asked her a direct question, he asked her, how old are you? She told him she was 17, and the other girl said 16. So you'll find out at the end that wasn't true. But anyway, she's saying she wanted to go to college and that she won't be able to go to college if she gets another charge. And then the police said, well, you know, that's the reality is you stole, and you'll have to be an adult and accept the consequences of your actions. And then she started getting emotional, like, I'm not gonna go to jail, you're gonna have to beat the shit out of me first. And so they proceeded to grab her and wrestle her down and, you know, get her onto the ground, get her onto the floor. And while she was on the floor, she kicked the officer in her face. And so that, by her fighting them and resisting, she kicked another officer in her face. So that was another charge. I mean, her wig came off. She put up a huge fight, like she big as hell. And all of this, you know, because she just wanted to get some free shit. So, I mean, all of this could have been avoided if she would have just did the right thing and paid for it. But here's the thing, should no exotical nowhere get caught up in no bullshit like this. Every exotical should always carry themselves with style and grace and class, like the privileged women that we are. Nobody should get up here at 16, 17 years old with this color purple hat on and that tacky ass wig. The girl already had an attitude problem, even though she was in the wrong. She was sitting there talking about how she wanted to go to college. And if I catch another charge, do you not understand that I'm not going to be able to go to college? Well, it wasn't the white officers that told you to bring your ass in there and decide to steal makeup from a makeup store like Sephora, a large makeup chain like Sephora. I mean, you didn't get charged with stealing food or baby formula or diapers or medicine or groceries. You shouldn't steal anything. But the kind of items that you are stealing matters a little bit. But you don't even have enough sense to be humble and admit that you were wrong and take personal accountability. You solved the problem, or think you're solving the problem. Really, you made it worse because you got more charges added to the shoplifting charge. Now you have assaulted an officer. Now you're resisting arrest. And now you're misrepresenting like your identity. You're not telling them your true age. You're concealing your actual identity, which makes a difference in how you're charged, because the officer did ask her a direct question and asked her how old she was. She told him she was 17. And then when the loss prevention lady asked, well, what is your date of birth? She refused to give her date of birth. And neither one of the young ladies have ID on them. So no Exotical should get caught up in this kind of shit. She's sitting up here making demands, telling the police, I'm not fucking playing, call my mom, I'm not going outside with my hair like this, I need a hat on, and no, you white motherfuckers, you are the ones that did this to me, and this and that. And in this clip right here, she's talking to her friend like, you're the one that gave me the shit. You're the one that gave me the shit. You're the one that gave me the shit. I'm not fucking playing, call my mom. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's everybody else's fault but her own. And even like I said, the other girl is being charged for stealing. She doesn't have as many charges as this young lady does. And this girl, she's a big girl. She's tall, she's thick, and she put up a hell of a fight. She had about 6 or 7 officers that had to hold her down. She's still making demands. It's everybody else's fault but her own. She never admitted that she was wrong. And now the 2 girls who decided to come in there and just grab a bunch of free shit, now they're both arguing with each other. And this particular channel, the Red Zone Watch, they have content of black women doing what black women do, or at least doing the things that stereotypical black women do, or the things that black women are stereotyped to do. She's walking around being a walking stereotype, basically. And it's making black women in general look bad. And especially, you know, for all of us really, but I mean, it affects Exoticals. Because the black people are the ones that told us we're not black, and that they want to excommunicate light-skinned, mixed-race people out of the community. And they act as if we're the problem, but this is tarnishing everybody's, our reputations. In this picture right here, she's sitting down. She made it to the station, and now she's being interviewed. The officer is asking her several questions. She's sitting there being stubborn, refused to answer the questions. So they call her mom and get her real age, because remember I told you earlier in the video, the police officer asked her if she was 17. Her mom revealed that she's actually 18. So she can be charged as an adult. And then by her lying about her age, now she's obstructing, and that adds to the other charges. And the thing about it is that when they were talking to her mom over the phone, the mom didn't seem to react with very much emotion at all. Her mom was just like, okay, all right, so what happens next? Okay, yeah, because like she said earlier, she already caught another charge before. And if she catches the second one, she won't be able to go to college. So this is just craziness. Usually these kinds of videos will tell you how much time a person gets, or where they're from, or what state they were in. But I didn't hear in this video where she was from, or get at the end of the video how much time she did get. But she has a couple of felonies, definitely, for sure. And that's why I want to let the Exoticals know, like, we should never engage in this kind of stuff. Exoticals should never. Exoticals should not be caught dead engaging in this kind of behavior. Because if college was so important to you, you would not be out here stealing, especially from a large chain like Sephora. Like, they expect you to steal. And if you know people watch you and that they stereotype you as that person that steals because you're black, people profile you because you're black, and people follow you around because you're black, and people think this because you're black, or think that because you're black, it made sense to you to actually prove them right. It made sense to you to go into a large makeup store like Sephora in the middle of a shopping mall and prove them right. That makes zero sense to me. This young lady single-handedly ruined her life before she even got her life started, doing something dumb, trying to get free shit, her and her stupid ass friend. So yeah, Exoticals, an Exotical should never do this shit. Always have more sense than this. Like, this is ridiculous. This is a waste of her youth, and it's pathetic. So Exoticals should never. We should always be able to take accountability for our actions, earn our money to buy what the fuck we want, and use better common sense than this. And like the black community keeps telling us every day, that we have more privileges and that we're privileged people, which is true. We do have privileges, but our priorities should be better than stealing makeup out of a makeup store. Since we have all these privileges, we should have higher priorities than this. And it's going to be harder to get a conviction if every time you see a video like this, in cases of police brutality, if you see black people fighting the police and resisting and doing all these other things. Because in this video, the police were actually calm and actually trying to use de-escalation skills and talk to her and tell her to relax and get her to calm down and work with them. And she absolutely just refused to. So I really hope that you enjoyed my first episode of an Exotical Should Never series. And just let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you next time.